everybody, it's Miss Willow. Today is very special because I have my first book printed. This is a book called Meeting Fibbeus. It is a story which starts out my Farren Dale tale of a medieval world with animal creatures and humans alike, living in a world of fantasy. This is the first volume, first edition, and first story chapter of the world of Farren Dale. So, if you are ready, sit back, relax, and enjoy. You can also order this book from my Etsy shop. Miss Willow Artistry is my shop name. You can get a physical copy of Meeting Fibbeus for yourself or others that you know might enjoy it. And this makes a really nice children's book, too. Good for all ages. All right. Meeting Fibbeus, a Farren Dale tale by Miss Willow Artistry. Fibbeus the hyena. This story begins with a very lonely hyena and a wealthy adventurer princess named Miss Willow. Willow takes on the task of comforting others and exploring the land of Farren Dale with its creatures. She is a kindred spirit hoping to make a change in the world for the better. Fibbeus the hyena, who was abandoned as a cub on the streets, became a thief, stealing money from the pockets of busy market-goers. He sat in the alley in the shade, awaiting a crumb of bread to drop from strangers' hands for him to gobble up, and this morning was no different. As the sun grew higher and higher in the sky, he noticed a fair-haired lady walking past. "Oh, how wealthy this one looks! She must have a good coin on her," Fibbeus stated hopefully. The girl walked past without a care in the world, and with a big coin in her pocket, ready to purchase a loaf of freshly baked bread. Willow trotted the streets of Lower Farren Dale Kingdom gleefully, as folks who passed her by waved and shouted loudly. She humbly smiled and waved to those who greeted her. Rarely does she get the chance to travel downtown to see the monthly farmer's market. The baker hollered out to her with excitement. "Willow, Willow, come over here! I've got a discount for you, my lady! My bread's fresh, the poppy seed's crisp, and my newest loaf has your name on it." He was a tall and hefty bear, almost not fitting his apron. Willow approached and held out her hand for the anticipated sample that the baker offered friends and family. The warm loaf was tender, soft, and smelled of garlic and spices. It tasted better than ever. She replied, "No discount is necessary, Mr. Baker. I will pay in full for your hard work." A grin ran across the face of the baker as he pondered the earnings. As Miss Willow rummaged through her empty pocket for a big gold bit, a worried look came across her face. She continued searching as a furry figure chuckled, shuffling away with her valuable coin. He was enthralled by the weight of it. Hearing this snicker, Willow turned suddenly to see the sneaky mutt scurrying towards a crowd holding her special fairy and currency. "Get back here now!" she called out. She shouted and ran hastily after the thief. She tripped on her own boot a few times, but eventually caught up to him. "Hey, sir, I believe you have something of mine, am I right?" she accused. Fibbeus rolled his eyes and slipped something shiny behind his back as he laughed to himself. "Me? Little silly me? Why, I'm just your neighborhood friendly hyena, my dear. Why would I have anything that doesn't belong to me?" he argued. Willow darted behind his back and called out, "Aha! You do have my money! Give it back now, or I'll put in a word to King Augustine." Some townsfolk turned, gaping at the scene. Eventually, after much poking and prodding from Willow, Fibbeus caved. "Ma'am, I really didn't mean any harm," he said. "You must forgive me. I'm just a silly little guy. I have no food, and the people here have a dislike for me. I really didn't know why. I just take what I need. I thought that if they don't see it, they wouldn't think that it happened," he muttered, questioning his wrongdoing. Willow sighed. The look in his eyes was fearful. Well, give me back the coin and I won't tell the king, she said. This king was a 1,000-year-old dragon. Fibbeus gulped, and shaking, he handed the coin back to her. I'm deeply afraid of dragons, as if you can't tell. When I was starving and alone, a small drake fought me for a slice of bread one night, he said. He reached out a paw and revealed a pinkish scar on one of his paw pads. Willow gasped. I'm so sorry about that, sir. Sir? She asked him for his name. My deepest apologies, miss. I am Fibbeus, the crook. Some say, although I know not what that means. He spoke softly and respectfully. I am Willow, the castle princess and adventurer, she said. Fibbeus's fur stood on end. Are you sure taking other coins from the hands and pockets of the wealthy is wrong? If so, why does it feed me so well? And I see folks handing coins to each other all the time, Fibbeus remarked. Willow stepped aside with him. You must not know much about these things, she said. They worked hard for these coins which belong to them. You must earn yours too. They aren't giving them away as if it was a trade. Your hard work for the vendor's hard work, such as bread. You cannot take other people's hard-earned valuables, or it makes you, well, a crook, Willow explained. Fibbeus looked sullenly to the ground. I just stole this coin here from the baker. Should I return it? He asked Willow. Yes, of course, she replied. Fibbeus seemed afraid all of a sudden. What if he throws tomatoes at me like the kids do? He panicked. Willow set a hand on Fibbeus's shoulder. I know him. He's a good guy. Now come with me, she said, pulling his hand and winding her way through the crowd. The baker was quite unhappy, but he threw no tomatoes at the face of poor little Fibbeus. Instead, he grunted and thanked him for returning what he had wrongfully taken. Willow handed Fibbeus a coin. Here you go. You've earned it, she said, placing the coin he had once taken into his paw and shutting it. Are you sure, miss? I don't know if I deserve this. Fibbeus teared up a small bit as he looked at the confirming young lady. He nervously handed the coin to his baker and asked for a poppy loaf. Gladly, the baker turned around and handed him a tasty treat. Willow turned to face him. How do you feel? She asked the shivering hyena. He cried softly and leapt into a big hug. In the distance, the baker smiled and spoke. She can even reform the nastiest of folks. Now she can do anything, that Miss Willow. Fibbeus and Willow sat together at the meeting fountain, bonding over tasty bread. They discussed ways that Fibbeus could find a job in town and give back to his community and mend his relationships. She offered him a room at the entry of her tower in the fields to help him get back on his feet as they became close and fast buddies. The end! We hope you enjoyed and have a magical day, my fairy and friend. Enjoy your beautiful day wherever you are. Miss Willow. Thank you guys so much for listening to this beautiful, beautiful little story that I am so proud of. If you want this book for yourself or as a gift for somebody you love, you can find them on my Etsy shop at Miss Willow Artistry. I hope to see you there soon. And if not, thank you again so much for listening. Your support brings me such great lengths. I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Your support brings me great lengths. You can consider taking a look at my Etsy shop at MissWillowArtistry.com. That's the best way to support me continuing to craft. I update frequently and have a lot of fun doing so. Have a magical day!